What's up, guys? Next up we got Winter Wyvern. Now this hero can play two roles. One is support, the other one is mid. Support is just the usual stuff, playing off a Cold Embrace, being a healing spell. Get something like Glimmer Cave, something like Force Staff, and the usual stuff. You can even get the Spirit Vessel for extra heals, and really nice talent here. That's kind of the support one. We're doing the mid version. Mid version is much more fun. That is, if you can pull it off. It's much more rare though. You won't see a lot of dragons being played mid, but if you can pull off something like this, it doesn't have to be full slots, but something like Dragonlance, Witchblade, and then Scepter, maybe another bigger item kind of towards this, like a Hyperstone, you're gonna be pretty happy with the build. Here's gonna be pretty strong. And the way the mid version is, you play off of Arctic Burn. With the Scepter, it just becomes the toggleable ability. It lasts forever. It's not 10 seconds anymore. And yeah, you're just gonna get some attack range, some attack speed and damage, and hero can easily destroy whoever he attacks, right? Because this does damage on health percentage, so it especially nasty against offlaners with a lot of health. This hero can deal with them all. So yeah, what will we get? We'll be getting attack speed, we'll be getting cast range, we'll be getting damage, and to start off as early as you can, I just start with boots. Phase boots, it's damage, it's armor. You need the damage anyways, you need the armor, and you'll be in the fights. But importantly, phase boot just gets you there in a straight line. There's something between me and this guy blocking me, maybe creeps or other heroes, maybe my heroes, their heroes, whatever it is. I don't want to waste, I don't want to have to press this to get there quickly. I want to save this when I'm in the range. And phase boots just gets me there as fast as I can early. Nothing really blocks me. Also, when I get out after this expires, phase boots is also going to help you defensively to just quickly get away from the hotspot, right, wherever it's happening there. So for me, phase boots for that reason. We are far from the Scepter still, so this is a really nice small item to help you before you get this one. But you can also get travel if you want. You can even power threads. More attack speed, more int, that way it's completely fine. So once you're done with boots, couple of smaller items before you dive into Scepter, right? You gotta bridge the gap somehow. You can just go straight into this. So Dragonlance and Witchblade, I make them both. Which order you're gonna go with this is completely up to you. So Dragonlance gives you agility. Agility is attack speed, it's armor, strength is health. So you can last much longer in fights, and a really nice almost 150 attack range, and this is 500 bonus attack range, so you go up to 650. And if I only have this, because there's nothing else, right, so you can just ignore all this. Even with Dragonlance you can see how far I can be and still attack. That is a pretty big distance and a pretty safe distance. We try kind of keep the blacking bar in the backpack. You might need it, you might not need it. Yeah, you might just get around with this, you might just get blink. But yeah, let's just see the second one. So that's what Dragonlance does for us. There's also an upgrade whenever you want to go for it into Pike. You just need Force Staff. The secondary effect is also nice, just being able to move around like that quickly, and also do the good old pushback and 5 extra attacks quickly, right? So that's the Pike. I don't usually, I just don't rush the Pike immediately. I just leave it on Dragonlance, it's completely fine. I go for Witchblade then. So Witchblade, attack speed, right, it goes with the whole team. Intelligence, which equals damage, helps you with mana. Armor even, pretty useful, and then projectile speed, which is the big one. You range, you're doing projectiles all the time. That's a pretty big upgrade. Plus a really nasty passive every 9 seconds. Not a big cooldown, pretty low. Slow for 4 seconds, plus 0.75 my int as bonus damage on the attack, plus that first attack has true strike as well, at least on 1 hit. So for at least on 1 hit you can definitely hit the target, and that can be pretty big if target somebody like Phantom Assassin early. You can get at least 1 guaranteed slow on them, and after that it depends, but they kind of get hit by that one already, and it's a small advantage already, right? When we talk about that type of hero. So that's why Witchblade also has an upgrade added recently, pretty nasty upgrade, Revenant's Brooch. Now for this one you just need Mystic Staff, And then the recipe is pretty cheap. Recipe just 800. Mystic Staff is the problematic one, 3k. It's a pretty high price. But if you want to upgrade this into the brooch, it's gonna give you 5 attacks along with all the buff stats and whatnot. 5 attacks for Shoe Strike. Now you can have at least 5 attacks. Let's say it's Phantom Assassin, somebody with Butterfly. At least for 5 attacks you can hit them for sure, and hero like this can really mess them up even in 5 attacks, right? So yeah, it becomes like a castable item. You can press on it once you get the brooch. So yeah, all of that, and of course you retain the basic effect of Witchblade. But again, I do not upgrade these. I just leave them at their first stage. I do not go to the second stage with these. So after these, like I already said, you get some attack speed, you get attack range, attack speed here as well, projectile speed, int, which is also damage. That's a pretty good time. You're pretty much covered with the essentials in mana, in damage, in health, in everything. Just go for the scepter finally, and just toggle this and attack. So the flight duration is removed. It's not 10 seconds, it's infinite now. As long as you have mana, it's something like Lashrex ult. As long as you got mana, their ults are gonna actually not. His ult is gonna be going, and your Arctic Burn with this hero is gonna be going. So that's what Scepter does. And after the Scepter and these two, pretty much anything is on the table. I always try to go for Moonshard immediately. Just get as much attack speed as you can, because everything is already here. I don't need some extra damage. I don't need some crazy stuff like that. This is 9% on health, on max health. So it just destroys everybody. All laners, especially the smaller ones, support carries, anybody you attack really, everybody just gonna feel the insane damage. So what do you really need? You just need some crazy attack speed. That's pretty much it. You are pretty far, you can attack, you deal a lot of damage. You just need attack speed to maximize the number of attacks, right? Especially because I can be so far attacking. I really want to get as much attack speed as possible, right? So that's one of the options. The other option is Assault. So this takes 2 Hyperstones to make. That's 4k exactly. You can just get 1 Hyperstone, which is 2k, which is not really a lot. 2000 gold, that's not so much. So you can get that item and then finish Assault if you want. Assault is half of this though. Assault is 60, this is 140. So half plus 20, but this also reduces armor for them. You're gonna be in the range anyways, as you can see. The green line, I'm exactly in the range where I get the second benefit of armor reduction. So you get that with Assault. You get slightly less attack speed, but you get to reduce their armor. 3 attack speed for any allies in the circle as well. So that's the Assault. You can go with that. There's also stuff like Yasha and Kaya. Yasha pretty much agility again equals attack speed, gives you movement speed. Kaya gives you damage because it's int and gives you mana regeneration and stuff. So that's a perfectly legit item if you wanna go for that. Not so high in price, and the pieces are pretty useful. It's one of the Senjin Kaya and the Yasha Kaya and stuff like that are probably one of the best items considering the parts. The parts are really useful for you, whichever one you decide to go first, for Yasha or Kaya. Both really useful, right? So there's that. Like I said, Black King Bar, if you feel like you can't get the attacks going, although with the Arctic Burn you can really move across anything. You can lose them in the forest, in the jungle, whatever it is. Flying over obstacles, flying through mobs. If they're chasing you like this and maybe they don't have phase boots or whatever, you can just kind of just go straight line like this, and up the hills and whatnot. Of course, if they're really determined to hunt you, if they got blinks, if they got some jumps like that, this faceless void, might just try to eliminate you quickly. Maybe like a troll warlord from Shadowblade, stuff like that. That can always happen. If you feel like you can't get away normally without this, then it's probably time to just get this. If you're getting hexed, if you're getting stunned, if their support is somebody like Lion, Shadow Shaman, jumping on you with blinks, immediately disabling you, kind of killing you, might be really problematic, and you might be needing this, or maybe something like Spirit Breaker, always in your face. So yeah, those are kind of the cases where you will have to consider this one. But if you're fine, especially if your team can build a nice wall between you and the enemies, and you can attack from behind, or your team is really good with control spells, crowd control, anything like that, you kind of keep them under control, you can freely attack, then there's no need. Usually for heroes like this, it's always needed, like a right-click type of heroes, but considering the dragon can just build a lot of distance, it's ranged, I can fly it over any obstacle, that's why I say it's a kind of more on the optional side, right? So in my case, I would just probably immediately jump into Moonshot, right? But like I said, these items also blink. Blink is a movement, ability, right? You can just quickly move around the map and stuff. Let's say it's not swift blink, let's say just the basic blink, right? This also cost, it's not cheap to make. Let's say I have basic blink. Basic blink is pretty much for your ult, best way to cast it. This is how you always open up with Winter. So if there's anybody around tides, and let's say I'm here, I want to get in there, because ult works the best when you cast it on the enemy hero and there's other enemy heroes attacking that target. So they just kind of, after the ult expires, they kind of kill one of their own without any of your team being involved, right? That's the big scary stuff when you play against Winter. Especially if you cast it on a carry, on a mid, they can easily kill each other depending who it is, right? So that's why blink, if I just want to move like this, the problem is they're gonna see me, they're either gonna run or jump on me or silence me, stun me, hex me, whatever it is, even kill me. And blink just allows you to do stuff like this immediately, even if it's 5 of them here, you do not care. But I disappeared. Once you jump in, everybody in this area is gonna attack that target, and even if they kill him or not, doesn't matter, but that's stuff the Winter does, and that's why the blink is so great with Winter's ult, right? It's one of the best combos in the game. Also, once you cast the curse, the ult, nobody can attack the target, but you can still. So it's kind of like Bane. When Bane puts a unit to sleep, into nightmare, you're still the one that can attack. The same stuff is with the Winter. So under ult, you can attack, and especially if you play the mid version, right? Pop the Arctic Burn and you can deal a lot of damage, even if they're solo, even if there's nobody around them to attack him. You attacking them alone with a couple of items like this is gonna destroy them anyways. So that's another big advantage if you play a mid build, right, with Winter. So if you have the blink, you really just want to upgrade it to swift blink. It's a lot of money, but it's base agility, 25 agility by default, and that gives you a lot of attack speed anyways. And then when you do cast the blink, like with our blink effects, right, the arcane gives you much faster way to cast spells. The red one, the overwhelming, gives you AoE damage plus, I forgot what else, and slow. AoE damage and AoE slow, and the green one gives you phase movement, but phase movement you don't really care about that much, because there's Arctic Burn. It is increased movement, so that's great. But in terms of obstacles, you got obstacles covered. So increased movement speed, and then also 35 agility on top of 25. So you get what, 60 agility, right? And once you get in there, you can do pretty fast attacks if you go off the blink, right? So why swift blink? Because of the mid build, and yeah, again, this costs money. The recipe is horrible for these upgrades. It costs a lot of money. The Eagle Song is also priced almost 3k, and yeah, it's a lot of money that you would invest into this, but you would get something really crazy if you can get there. The attack speed is pretty nuts, right? Big distance, and yeah. Also, once you get enough money, let's say when something for Moonshard, you can even consume this and get another one. There's a limit only on eating these ones, so if I eat this one, it's gonna give me half of the value, but I can still get not that one. I can still get another one. I just can't eat this one. You can only eat one, but you can't even buff yourself like that if there's some really extra money that you get, or the game is like one of those 60-minute games. I don't even know, stuff like that. You can get some even more attack speed and do not lose a slot in that way. But that would be something like 8k pretty much. So yeah, assault, moonshard, something just to kind of fix your attack speed. You really have everything you need. You're just missing attack speed. This slot has to be something, either moonshard or assault. It has to be something like that, right? And if you're not playing blink at all, you can just play something like this anyways. And you can even get crits if you want to go that way. You can even get Daedalus and go for crits, you know. It's pretty decent attack speed, and then you're also covered with crits, almost 500 plus a 9% health burn. It can be really easy to kill somebody, right? So Daedalus is also an option, but I would probably just stay with maximum attack speed after these three. Maybe I upgrade these at some point, but that's kind of the main goal. Just get the hero going with smaller stuff, get the main effect with the scepter, buff the attack speed, and if you need some utility like Blacking Bar, if you want to move around easier, something like Blink, but those are kind of really, you know, I can't really say which one is better. Depends on the enemy team, depends how the game is going, how much my team can protect me. Can I just invest everything into attack speed and be safe, or would I need to cut through with something like Blacking Bar and relax a bit so I can just attack, because they're disabling me so much or killing me? And yeah, that's kind of the way you would play mid Winter Wyvern. Smaller items, main effect, attack speed, and then whatever it is from this, right? So yeah, but probably if I had money I would probably get this, and this is kind of the best way you can see. It's crazy attack speed. So yeah, also bump this if you have the money, if you have the time, but yeah, that's kind of it, right? Let's see the talent tree quickly. So this is the, I just stopped the mana drain. I don't know why it drains mana even though the spells are free here, ticked. It's still draining mana. So the right one, obviously that's a support one. If you play the support dragon, just take the free damage. Plus 35 as early as level 10, and then you have also 12 here. It's almost 50 damage, right? 47 damage. It's almost 50 free damage. It's a crazy boost once you look at it that way, right? Damage from phase boots, and then as soon as level 10, almost plus 50 damage, right? It's just the left one. Second one also, this is more like for support, bigger range for this. You don't care about this. Arctic Burn debuff, just get that. Third one as well, Splinter Blast damage. You're probably not even gonna be. Here's the thing with the build: you don't want to stop attacking with the right click. You don't want to cast anything that stops you from doing this, and you probably won't be in the range because you're not playing something like Etherlands, right? So, I mean, you can get it, but at 12% slow. This is without the talent. This is the slow that I have without the talent. I just imagine it can be really nasty for them to get away normally. So I would still take that, but the slow is kind of enough. But that is with attack speed. If you don't have these items, kind of just get the slow anyways. But you know. Splinter Blast damage, and again, you'll be attacking single targets. Here's the problem with Splinter Blast: it doesn't do anything. There needs to be another tide. If there's only one, it doesn't do anything. There needs to be the second target, or it just doesn't hit. It just doesn't hit the first one. So yeah, never like this spell. I gotta say, I always hated the way this works. Always triggered me. If you're chasing somebody like one hero, and let's say I'm playing support build, there's just no way for me if I don't have this. But when you're support, you're attacking so slow, there's just no way for me to stop him and do some extra damage. I can keep casting this, but it doesn't do anything. There needs to be like a pack of mobs here, and then I can cast this on the pack of mobs in hopes that the timings really, you know, work well together, and then this jumps onto him, mainly for the slow, but also the damage. So yeah, you know, makes much more sense if you're playing support to try and pull as much damage as you can with the spells this way. But for the mid, I would just take the Arctic Burn, right? Last one, just take the Winter Curse, really, especially because, like I said, you can attack when they're underruled. So of course take the 1 seconds extra time. It's gonna bump it to 7 seconds. Somebody being trapped 7 seconds while you're playing the Winter Wyvern with the attack speed and health burn percentage, you can just cast on a single target and kind of kill him without anybody's help. You do not even care. Splinter Blast 1 second stun. Splinter Blast already has slow. They already need a stun. Again, it doesn't work on single targets. It's really tricky. 25 is either way, you know, but I would just always, for mid version at least, I would always go this, right? This becomes like 50 times stronger when it's late game, when everybody get items. 1.5 seconds can be enough if you, let's say, trap their mid hero or trap their carry. The other heroes are gonna kick his ass pretty easily with this, right? Extended duration. So that's kind of it with the mid version. Don't know if I would add anything else. There's a lot of interesting items. Again, it's pretty rare to see winter mid, kind of like seeing ancient apparition mid, but this works much better than ancient though. Ancient is also nice, but ancient is kind of stuck. There's no way for me to fly over things and just fly through mobs, heroes, fly through anything. And if somebody jumps me, I can just go into cold embrace, you know. One way of protect. It doesn't protect me against spells, but against physical damage it does. So much bigger incentive if you wanna go mid with something that's not really as played. The winter is just better than the ancient apparition there by far. So yeah, that's kind of the hero. That's all with the items. I was gonna waste any more time, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.